Saving green.
What's up, ninjas? What is going on? We just got here at Sarah's yard. I got the compost. We're getting ready to top dress. This is the very first time I am top dressing a yard with the EcoLawn. Here it is. Some nice freshly compost. You know, I was just thinking, this is so funny how this worked out. Karen wants to be a Karen to us and give us all this trouble throughout the whole year and last year, and I end up actually throwing crap out into her yard. Did you ever think that we would actually throw crap in Karen's yard? Like literally. No. Now what are the effing odds, man? Anyway, and we're gonna make a mess down here too.
Yeah,
she can get over it. Hey, this is the first time I'm doing this with this EcoLawn. Hopefully this works out. As I mentioned when I introduced it, this thing holds about 500 pounds. Obviously we're not going to put that much, especially when we're on a hill like this, until we kind of get a feel for it and see. I know the backyard is on a little bit of a slope itself as well. And one thing I have learned is one full EcoLawn is a 1/4 inch. The grass is looking good, wouldn't you say? Yeah, with the aeration. I mean, look at that. Let's go look at the back real quick. Let's do a little sneak peek, Busy Bee. A little sneak peek, but it's coming in even through here. It's gonna come in even better after we put down this compost. Anyway, sorry ninjas, I just finished eating my lunch. Figured I'd knock out my lunch before we start on this beautiful smelly job. And even these little bare spots where they had a bunch of dirt and piled up, it's coming in, you can see it. So this looks great. And this is because they ended up installing the irrigation stuff. But what a transformation. A lot of you ninjas who are new to the channel, I know the sun. You know, you didn't see what this actual yard looked like when I first got the account. It was nothing but weeds and bare dirt. So it looks really good now, and what a transformation. They've invested a lot of money, and they continue to invest a lot of money in it. And they've done a lot of work themselves, like the fence, for example. And they've had me do a lot of work too. So it's been a collaborative effort, but it's looking so much better. The neighbor just came out and was watching that thing, and he's like, what the heck is that? I've never seen a spreader like that. And then he said, before you leave, go ahead and walk around my whole property, and then I'll text you. I gave him a business card, and he said, I'll text you and then just give me a quote. I might want to do the same thing. He's like, I've never seen anything like it. Now this compost is a little thicker than some of the other. This is mushroom compost, but it's going down nicely. Do you ninjas ever leave your equipment on the job sites? I left all my equipment, a lot of my equipment here for over the whole weekend. I left the mower, the eco spreader, WrapMate, and of course my dump trailer. Everything's been here, and I wanted to talk about this. So this is going to be one of the things we're going to talk about in today's video, of course, as I show you what we are doing. Busy Bee's behind me in the dark night. And do you leave your equipment at all or ever at job sites? And what I would recommend, if you do, or if you're thinking about it, or sometimes you get in a situation where you have to, what I would recommend to make sure that you have before you do. There's Busy Bee. You see how the Dodge is squatting like a mug. Squatting like a mug. And yes, look at that. All that. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm parking right here on the grass. I'll connect to the trailer later once we empty it. We've got a whole lot of work to do here, and I will definitely get a lot of footage for you ninjas as well. Say hi, Busy Bee. They missed you, man. They haven't seen you in freaking 6 days. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. We've been knocking them out, and we've been so busy, ninjas. It's been insane. So we have the stand-on spreader because we're gonna have to use it to throw out some more seed after we finish with all the compost, and then we're gonna straw it. So we got a whole trailer full of straw right there. Dark Knight, tiny dump trailer. We started on this job Saturday and we did not finish it. It got too dark. We've been super busy and it's just been non-stop, back to back, especially as the still knocking out the aerations, obviously still doing finishing off the mowing, and then all this top dressing and stuff that's just come our way. So today is just going to be a continuation from that video. This topsoil is not your finest topsoil that's out there. It's really good. So sometimes if we overload it, it does have a tendency to get stuck, and you just got to kind of poke on it down there in the hole. Just poke it a little bit in the hole down there. You know what I'm talking about, ninjas? You just sometimes got to poke. Sometimes you just got to poke the hole, ninjas. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, but it does work really well, and so I love it so far. But I think if I get a finer compost or topsoil down the road, it'll work even better. And then of course it does wonders with sand and whatever else you want to do. I think it'll actually work even seed. Wouldn't you say it would actually work for like fertilizer, lime, and seed too? I mean, it would be phenomenal, wouldn't it? So but as of right now, I really love it, and it's a time saver. But one thing we have learned from the previous job, which was at Karen's house, I mean Sarah's house, is it'll go a lot faster if we are not just, when we fill this thing up, if one of us is going out here and spreading it, the other one's just kind of hanging out. Well, why do that when we can connect the bumblebee to the CartMate, and one of us can go around the corners and edges, around the trees, wherever, and get ahead of me and use the CartMate to throw out all the compost. What's wrong, Busy Bee? You choking up on me over here? Bad. It smells bad? Yeah. It does smell bad. That's one of the reasons why we have our masks, ninjas. Not like there's any dust out here. Well, I don't know. But had to lift the dump trailer up and get some of that was in the center towards the front all the way to the back. Some of it spilled out, but that's okay, we'll pick it up. And I couldn't put the trailer all the way down because we are on a hill and there's still a lot of weight on the side. So the trailer kind of went sideways. You can see right here where it's hitting this. So what we need to do is basically just lighten up this load completely before I readjust it. So anyway, but there it is. It's moving right along. What do you think so far? What do you think about that EcoLawn spreader?
It's definitely handy.
It saves a lot of time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I would totally recommend this product. At some point I'm gonna have 2 of these. You already know how I am about that. Same thing with the stand down blower. I'm gonna have 2 of these probably maybe by next season or next fall, but you can use it for so much more than just this. I was telling them, Busy Bee, there's finer topsoil out there that we're gonna try to look for next time around. This one is really good compost, no doubt about that, but it's just a little bit chunkier. And so it does a phenomenal job, but every once in a while, if you put too much, the hole will clog up. Sometimes you gotta finger the hole in there, you know, really. But you know, and open it up. But that's expected. I'm not worried about it. But I mean, every single load that I have taken and unloaded right now, it hasn't caused any issues. So, but one thing about these that's very particular, period, no matter what kind of product you use, you have to wash this down. You cannot leave this sitting for a couple of weeks, you know, and not actually clean it, because it'll harden up depending what you're using, what kind of product you're using. It'll harden up, it'll mess up the conveyor belt, it will just mess it up. So one of the things that the dealer that has brought this to me suggested is, man, just keep this thing washed after every job. Now of course we were using this a little bit Saturday, we didn't finish, so I did not get a wash over Sunday, but that's fine. I will probably get this thing washed, if not tonight, by tomorrow, once I get home and you know, get it ready for next job, which we have another job lined up for this. So that's how much work has come through with all this compost. Busy Bee is all about slinging crap. So to give you an update, ninjas, this is where we're at. Very little left, not much at all. The money in this, ninjas, is stupid crazy money. Stupid crazy. If you're not top dressing, offering top dressing, a lot of you know this is a new service that I just started offering. But I ask myself, what the heck have I been doing all these years? So if you're not offering top dressing, you're losing out on a lot of freaking money. And same goes for aerating and everything else. It's just, but this is just an additional way to bring in more income, especially when the mowing season slows down. But what I wanted to talk to you is about leaving equipment, ninjas. Leaving equipment on job sites. Do you do it? Have you ever done it? And would you ever do it? Well, first I want to tell you real quickly before we keep moving here, and I'll get us some footage of maybe seeding and strawing, and then we'll conclude this video. It's just been a hectic day, as it has been this whole last week. But first of all, make sure you have insurance on all your equipment, okay? You have to make sure you have insurance on all of your equipment, and in your insurance policy, make sure that you know that they're aware, or maybe it's something additional that you can add on. I think it comes with the policy, but every state is different, I understand, and every insurance company is different. So just double check. If it doesn't come part of your policy, please ask them to include that, because you do not want to leave your trailer or truck or trailer, utility trailer, dump trailer, or mowers, or even something like this, whatever. And it may not have nothing to do with the customer, but what if it gets stolen? Make sure first and foremost you lock everything up properly, okay? If you're leaving a trailer, make sure you put a lock hitch on it. And then take your keys with you if you're leaving equipment like mowers and stuff. But in your policy, it should say that you can leave your equipment on job sites as long as you take those necessary steps to make sure you lock everything up. I don't do it often. I have done it a few times within the last 10 years, and this just happened to be one of them. So now that's why I'm just now talking about it. It's just not something I think about, because it's not something that I do on a daily or weekly or even monthly, honestly, or even yearly. So, but anyway, make sure you get insurance. I'm in the office and I'm getting ready for tomorrow, but I wanted to conclude this video before I start working on it. And obviously I'm going to upload it tomorrow because it is too late tonight by the time I finish with editing and all that. But this is what's been going on. Seriously, this is why I haven't made a video in a couple of days. I leave in the morning and I don't get home till later at night. And business has just been really booming ever since I started offering the additional service for top dressing. I hope you enjoyed some of the action that I was able to capture, and it's been a really good day. We got that big job done. I didn't get a chance to record the finished product, but that's because I got really late. If you don't offer top dressing, you really need to look into it. It is really good for the yard and stupid crazy money as far as what you can make out here. Now, as far as the top dressing, the EcoLawn Applicator, I'll have down in the description the dealer name, but I'll also have the rep's name, the person who actually brought it to me. I'll even have his cell phone down so you can directly call him. I do believe they deliver. If you're close enough to them, they'll deliver to you directly. And I don't know, I think they also ship them out if you are maybe on the other side of the country or something. But really cool guys, and the EcoLawn Applicator is phenomenal. I know a lot of you will probably have questions. How much does it cost? Probably up in the $5,000–6,000 range, but you can get that money back within 1 or 2 jobs, honestly. You can use it for a lot more things than just the compost. You can use it for dirt, as long as it's like sifted, of course. You don't want to have heavy rocks in it. Sorry for the lack of videos. Like I said, this is really just what's been going on. And but I am hopefully gonna, as I'm knocking out a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna get back on track with the videos. The neighbor reached out to me, finally emailed me, and he wants a quote. So I'm gonna have to go back there and look at his yard. But I've got several more. I got another commercial that I have, but they want some leveling done, and also a dump trailer load of topsoil brought in. So there's just a lot of work. I think I'm going to be a lot busier this winter than I was last winter, which is a good thing. So it just goes to show, ninjas, if you really want to work, you can find the work out here. I mean, there's work to be done. I mean, there's some strategic things that you need to do to advertise and promote and whatnot. But, you know, top dressing just happens to be one of them. So really look into it. I wish that I had looked into this years ago. I knew about it, but I didn't know about the EcoLawn Applicator. But I knew about top dressing. I knew about compost. I knew about topsoil. But I also knew that the only way that I could do it is through wheelbarrows at the time and just slinging it with shovels. And that's a lot of work and a lot of time that you lose And so I don't know, it just, to me, it didn't seem too profitable at the time unless it's just a huge yard. But at that point, you're losing a lot of time. So with the EcoLawn Applicator, it's just making these topsoil compost jobs super easy. So ninjas, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. Appreciate all of you ninjas checking in on me. It's just been seriously, you know, as I mentioned earlier, family first, business second, social media third. But hope you guys are having a good, everyone had a good weekend. Hope everyone has a good week. And we'll see you in the next one.
Saving green.
Saving green.
Peace.